Hello friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new, I'm Delaney and welcome back if you're joining us again. Today's video is going to be 2021/2022 winter trends. So if you are new to my channel, I do a seasonal trends video for each season where I go and collect inspiration from the runway, social media, real life, street style, everything and anything, and put together a list of my favorite trends for that season and how I interpret them and how I would style them. So I will link all of the articles that I check out for the inspiration and the research on this. You guys can look at those as well as do your own research and have your own take on trends, of course. But I just love doing these videos because it's a really good way to get inspired for the season and also kind of just branch out in ways in fashion that I might not do otherwise. It makes me feel inspired and it also makes me feel connected just to what's going on in fashion at the moment. So I will link everything that I can in the description box below as always. And also, if you haven't already subscribed, it means so much to me when you do. Give this video a thumbs up as well. And I love chatting with you in the comments, so feel free to drop a comment below. And without further ado, we will get into the trends. The first trend I'm going to talk about is actually color blocking. So this past year has been a huge year for color in general. I think it has a lot to do with things getting better in the world and people just wanting to celebrate that through fashion and through bright, happy, fun colors. I'm really excited to see this trend still carry through into winter because I think that is probably the most drab season for fashion and weather and everything. So it's really nice to see that we are still embracing color even in winter. So for today's outfit that I wanted to share with you guys, I actually chose the colors of this nice pinkish purple and kind of a reddish orange. I love those colors together. I think it's really bright and fun and happy, and there's so many different ways you could style color for winter, but for today's I actually went with more of a holiday themed look. So a lot of things in here are more holiday themed, which obviously you could probably figure out, but you can also take these trends and style them more for winter wear that is street style appropriate, super bundled, what have you. So just keep that in mind, of course. I love the way this outfit turned out. I think my mind always goes to holiday wear for something neutral and chic and classic, but why not throw the colors in there? So I had a ton of fun with this. It definitely pushed me slightly outside of my comfort zone for personal style, which is something I love. So yeah, this was a fun one for me. The next trend that I want to talk about is something that I've been seeing for the past couple of months, especially all over social media, and I am very, very into it because it's kind of eccentric and it just seems, is it eccentric or eccentric? I think it's eccentric, I'm not sure. But sorry. I just think that it seems really fun and it's out there and edgy, and I love that. So that trend is gloves, and I'm not talking about just the gloves that you wear out in the snow or when it's cold. I mean, you can wear that type of glove in this style still and make it appropriate for this, but I'm talking almost costumey gloves. So kind of going back to maybe the 1920s or just something that is more out there. So I've seen so many dresses and shirts that are paired with these long gloves, and I think it's just really sexy and fun. We dressed up as Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee for Halloween, and my costume actually had gloves, so she was rocking it back in the 90s, and I loved that vibe of it. So I actually have a dress today that has gloves with it. This is the only item in my closet that has this kind of style in it. It's from House of CB, which if you guys don't know, everything they make is absolutely incredible. It's so flattering. So I am having a lot of fun with this trend. I think that it elevates any look. So I actually want to get a pair of more neutral colored gloves that can go with a lot of things, and I can throw it on with like a strappy top or a strapless dress or something. I don't know. It's really fun, and I'm very inspired by it, especially for occasion wear. So if you have a birthday party or any kind of celebration, I think it would be so fun. Vegas even, yeah. I'd do that. And the next one is geometry. So this is kind of a fun way, again, to add a little bit of spice and something a little more playful to your winter wardrobe. So with all of those heavy layers and typically neutral colors, this is a nice way to break all of that up and add some more dimension and even texture. So for today's look, I actually kept the geometry look neutral because I felt that the pattern itself was adding a lot to the look and I didn't need to add color into that as well, just because I kind of wanted to tone it down. But you could absolutely have color in this trend as well and it would be really fun. So I have these groovy little style of pants here. I love them. They're super flattering. Ragged Priest is always so good, and I actually got this pair from American Threads, who carries Ragged Priest, and I have a discount code for there. Ragged Priest is never on sale, so it's a good place to buy them. And then I paired it with a kind of fuzzy accented trench coat. So again, just adding a little bit of fun and flair to the look is something that we're really focusing on in this new era of kind of, what would we call it? This new era of embracing joy and playfulness in clothes. Okay, the next one is ruching, and I believe I read about this on Marie Claire. For today's look, I actually have this pair of faux leather pants from this brand who I can literally never remember the name, but I have this pair of pants in all 3 colors because I'm obsessed with them. The way they fit is so nice. I wear a size 0 in them, I believe, a US 0, I think. Last time I ordered from them, I got my size wrong and I had to send them back. So I'm trying to help you guys out so that doesn't happen to you. But basically, this trend can be styled in so many different ways. I see a lot of ruching on dresses and skirts, and now moving into pants as well. I particularly like it in pants just because it feels a little bit more true to my personal style, but it can be worn in so many different silhouettes, which is really nice. And for today's look, I just went with a nice chocolatey look. Again, I have a faux fur trim on this look, which I think is really fun. It feels cozy and wintry, but it is still a little more playful, I think. This next trend is actually color focused, and this color has been something that I have seen all year. It has been the color of the year, in my opinion, with how much I've seen it. It's such a specific color, and that is Kelly Green. Green is actually my personal favorite color, just for, you know, when people ask you that question, what's your favorite color? So I have been loving this trend, and it is a really great color to add into any season. So I've styled it all year long, actually. And I have a bunch of little accessories that are Kelly Green at this point, which are great to just add into any look. So my Yankees hat that's green is perfect for that. And then I have this one little purse from Missguided that's also perfect. And then I have this top that is from Zara that's Kelly Green. So just mixing all of those together and then making it wintry with the rest of the outfit, I think is a great way to incorporate this color trend. And you could do that with other color trends as well. Lavender is still really big this year. I would say lavender and Kelly Green have been the biggest from my viewpoint. And for today's look, I paired it with this gorgeous coat. This is actually from Rent the Runway, so I am not going to own it forever. I'm just using it for this time, which I think is so nice because I don't want to keep it in my closet because it's so bulky and it takes up so much room, but it's just for winter. I can have it and then send it back. I love that. And then of course I paired it with my favorite Missguided pants that are so flattering. You guys love them too. I wear a size 0 in those for reference. Next is a holiday focused one, but it doesn't have to be holiday focused, and that is sequins. So if you guys don't know, I have my own clothing brand, Boyd, and we came out with a sequin dress for our holiday collection, which is so fun. Obviously for holiday, it just feels right for New Year's Eve or holiday parties of any kind. It's just flirty and fun and sexy, and I think this time of year really needs something like that. So for today's look, I actually have this jumpsuit from Nookie that is so pretty, and I'm 5'4" for reference. It is quite long, so I will probably have to get it altered, but it's such a moment and it would be so good for any kind of celebration. Birthday party, New Year's Eve party, holiday party, whatever it is. And I also wanted to point out that we can style sequins for winter, not holiday as well. So if you just pair it with jeans, if it's in a top form or with a blazer over it or something, you can still tone it down but rock the trend on a more everyday basis, which is a really nice way to think about it and get inspired around sequins. The next trend is snow gear, and obviously this is super fitting for winter and it makes a ton of sense, but it's also a little bit gimmicky from what I can tell, which is kind of fun. I am down for that. I'll play into into it. And I'm meaning like, you know, just getting a little funky with your accessories and being a little over the top. So maybe like snow goggles, or not actual snow goggles, but glasses that kind of give that snow goggle vibe with a street style look is super fun. Puffers, accessories with the hats, moon boots, whatever it is, just kind of playing into that ski aesthetic is really fun. And especially if you are actually skiing, spending time in snow, everything like that, I think you can have a ton of fun with the fashion around that this winter. And we saw this trend a lot on the runways with Chanel, particularly is the one that sticks out to me, and I think Dolce & Gabbana too. So I'll put some inspo photos here if you guys want to see how they were doing it on the runways. The next trend is a personal favorite, so it's sheer layers and mesh. Actually, for our holiday launch with Boyd, we also did a mesh top, which I'm obsessed with. It kind of has that glove appearance too, so it's kind of playing into two of these trends. But I just love this because it's super edgy, it's sexy, and it's really fun to style. So for today's look, I'm actually gonna style the Boyd top with just a pair of denim. You can dress this up or dress it down. I think you can do the mesh look with a bodysuit, with a dress, and you can do it with joggers, jeans, faux leather, everything and anything, and it's just really fun. It also is a little bit of a sexy winter look. It's showing skin, but it's still covered at the same time. So it's definitely not the most modest trend, but it is a way to kind of wear something that shows skin, but it feels maybe a little more winter appropriate. I mean, I'm not saying you're gonna wear this out into the snow or something. Obviously, we're gonna layer with coats and whatnot, but when you're inside a building or something, it feels a little more winter appropriate with still showing skin. The next trend that I found, I think it was on Marie Claire, is plaid skirts. So that is something that I typically style more in fall and spring, I think. It definitely gives me this schoolgirl feel. I actually had to wear a plaid skirt growing up going to school, so maybe that's why. But this is really fun, and you can obviously do any length of skirt for this. If you're more into a maxi or midi skirt, that is great. I'm more of a mini skirt girl because I'm on the shorter side, and I just think it's more flattering for my proportions. But I think that this is a fun trend that you can play around with. And for today's look, I actually decided to style it a little more edgy than schoolgirly because that's how I normally style a plaid skirt. So just adding on like a bomber of some type, something graphic with the plaid, I think looks really good. And obviously boots, tights, anything like that with the plaid skirt is gonna be perfect for winter, and it's really fun. So you can style that so many different ways. Like I said, it can be really chic or it can be edgy and more playful as well. The last trend that I'm gonna talk about is tulle. So I've just seen this everywhere, and I think it's so fun, especially for the holiday vibe in the winter. But again, it doesn't have to be just for holiday. So the dress that I have for today is actually, I don't know where it is. So this is a very holiday occasion style of the tulle. It's just like a little present dress, and I've seen these all over the place. It's so fun, and it's perfect for just occasions, you know? It really feels like a moment, and it feels dressed up, and it's playful, but it's still elegant and feminine at the same time, which I love all of those things happening together. And I think that the tulle can be really fun in little tops as well. I actually have a lilac top that has some tulle for the tie, and it's so cute, so fun. I think with like faux leather, if you want it to be a little bit feminine and then a little bit edgy, nice mix there. And I don't know, it's just, you're like a little present in these things, which is perfect for winter. We need that little bit of joy and festivity in our winter wardrobe. So I'm having a ton of fun with the tulle. I know it won't be for everyone, but that's okay. Okay, so that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed these looks, and if you have any video requests, drop them in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time.